Alright, you guys, hello and welcome. So today we have one of the co-founders, Nicolas Cloutier from Kryptopy, right? So before we get going here, let's talk a little bit about you. So what are the things that you've done in the past?
Well, what I've done in the past, I did founded, help company to be created since 1998. I've been starting business, selling them whatever. I was a pioneer in the video game industry, starting one of the first mobile video game back in 2002 in Canada. After that, I've been in the web hosting industry. Then I did own an e-commerce marketing agency to a couple years ago. Before I went into the crypto industry, which I am right now, and that is really a passion that I'm sharing with my coworkers too.
All right. So give us a rundown of what Kryptopy is. What is Kryptopy?
Kryptopy is a platform that aims to put cryptocurrency at the mainstream. Really, that's really the goal of it. It's a bit like a mix of Facebook, LinkedIn, and Steam. I would say, like, if you want to compare it to something, but Steam is more like Reddit, and our platform is going to be more like a mix of between Facebook and LinkedIn, with cryptocurrency twist to it. To make it simple.
Yeah. So what's gonna make it that's what's gonna make it more unique, or what would make you guys stand out from everybody else?
Well, first of all, every platform out there that says that they are social, doing ICO and having $100 million in funds are backed by advertising. Like every other traditional platform are there, their revenue model is always backed by advertising. However, we know that TV advertisement revenues almost died, and online advertisement right now is about to follow the same trend anyway. So everything that is backed by advertisement at some point is gonna fail. You need to find a new business model that will allow you to make your revenues without the need of advertisers or that kind of third party that brings cash to the machine constantly. You need to find a way, and that's what is nice with cryptocurrencies, is that it gives you new opportunities to make new business model with things that you never thought of before that is now possible. So, yeah.
So if you want to touch on a little bit,
I'm gonna let you ask other questions.
All right. So if you want to touch on a little bit, who are the co-founders and some of the key team members on the team?
Whereas there's Cody McBrien, that is one of the co-founder. Used to be a trader for a couple of years. In fact, it's kind of funny because I met Cody on a trading website, and we talked to each other. He came to me with an idea, and we kind of just developed it from there into what did become Kryptopy right now. And we did always try to improve the idea and stuff like that. So that is the one who did bring the idea first. Then I took the idea, like I did with my other businesses before, and developed it into something that can make more sense as a business. And after that, there's Rob Bassani, who did join us, who is currently a senior programmer at TD Canada Bank. So with his banking experience and programming experience as well, and project management experience, we made him CTO or Tech VP because he is bringing something that is very different, and that's something that people are going to be able to see on our GitHub quite soon if it's not online yet. We are providing simple schema for everything that we do. For example, now that the token is online on GitHub, then there was a very precise schema did graphically to explain to people what each function of the token is doing in a precise way. So someone who is not a programmer can still understand it and get through the line of code and see exactly what it's doing. That's just an example of, on the programming side, of things that we are bringing within the project, because that is on board. There's also Jan, which is the main designer on the project, that did the screenshots that I did send you, and well, he's having at least 10 years of experience designing a very huge website. Right now, he is designing like a website that is for a company that's in 24 countries and things like that, you know. So we're very confident with him, and what he did provide us so far, I think, is very outstanding. I was amazed when I saw.
So do you guys have like a center base where you guys are headquartered from?
Well, right now I think like most people, we are working in a decentralized way.
Yes.
So everyone's on their side, but we're still very, very connected. Like Cody's in Alberta, I'm in Quebec, Rob is in Ontario, and Yann is in Montreal.
So everybody's spread out pretty good. So that goes on to the next one.
100% Canadian.
That goes on to the next one, right? So what percentage of the market do you plan on getting, and over what period of time?
Well, first of all, the market is still not 100% defined. What I mean by that is that right now there's 2% of the potential market really that is active. So our goal is to aim the 98% of other people that don't know anything about cryptocurrency, that don't know anything about trading, that for them cryptocurrency is something that is only used on the dark net by criminals. We kind of want to get rid of that image and bring those people to see, look, there's good thing that can be done with that technology. It's something that's gonna change your life eventually in a very, very near future. And if you want to take advantage of it, well, here we are to help you through various learning tools, tutorials, and things like that via the platform, which is built in a way that people are used to. That's why we did pick something that is like between Facebook and LinkedIn, because people are used to that kind of interface. So they're going to be able to use it very quickly. Plus, it's customizable in a way that if you're not a trader and you want to focus on social activities, well, you can as well and earn token at the same time, which will make the value of the token increase. And that's probably part of another question anyway. When I start talking, sometime I overflow.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm sure people want to know a lot more than what I'll probably even ask. You know, they'll end up asking more questions later on. So we might even have you come back on if that does happen. But so what are some of the major milestones that you guys have in the upcoming future?
Well, first of all, the pre-ICO will be on the 25th of this month, of September. It's gonna last 30 days instead of 10 days. Like most ICOs are having a very short span, but we want to make sure, first of all, that the message is understood of what we are planning to do. Give plenty of time for contributors to ask their questions. That's very important. We don't want to have someone to contribute in the project just because it's an IC. We want someone to contribute in the project to know what they are doing, first of all, to really understand the implication, and to believe in it. You know, we're not going out there doing a pre-ICO saying, "Oh, we're gonna raise $100 million, buy a bunch of Lambos, and just no." Or we would get any investors that come our way. But that's not what we want to do. What we want to do, we really want people to be invested in the platform. That's really our main goal.
That's key. That's organic. So do you guys have any other competition that's going to be trying to do the same thing that you guys are currently doing in this space? Do you know of anybody around? I haven't personally heard of anybody yet.
Well, exactly the same thing, no. Similar ones that are doing social platform, blockchain based. There's Nexus Social. There's Steemit that everyone knows that we've been compared to, but Steemit is more like the Reddit of social. It's more compared to Reddit, and we are more compared to larger network with more interaction. So, and without ads, without spam or bots, because that's something we really want to make sure that does not get their way through. It's always hard, but that's something that we want to. So, and there's maybe the McAfee that's advertised themselves as being something similar, but even then, I mean, it's really not the same thing at all. So, direct competitors, I could say at the moment, we don't really have any that does the same thing.
So, I know this was a pretty good question, but a pretty easy question. Everybody probably already knows, but you guys will be available worldwide, right?
Yes, but we're gonna start one country, not necessarily one country, but one region at a time, to make sure that the network can expand. That it doesn't happen that we have, for example, 1 million people all at once on it, and the network blow up. And how this is going to be decided is that, well, of course, we're going to start from the area that we are. Then the second one will be the second one, which will be at the same time as the first, will be like based on the number of people that were in pre-ICO, the main part of the world that they were from. Because those who will sign up to pre-ICO will have a privileged access to the first private beta, so they can try it and give their feedback first. So that's why we're going to really do it progressively.
So, I mean, if you want to talk a little bit more about the token metric and how the token is going to work more so on the platform.
Well, the platform is really centered on the token. Everything a user is doing, either you post content or participate, reply to a question, and trade on the platform, because there's some kind of an exchange mechanism that's going to be built in the platform. And another thing would be you're going to be allowed to follow known traders and copy them. Then the traders that you copy is going to be able to increase his profits at the same time, based on how much the user has made. So, for example, I decide to copy someone who's very successful with his investments. I click on the investment in his portfolio that I want to copy. Then that's going to be copied into my portfolio, and after that I invest. Based on the profit that I'm making from the investment I did copy from the trader is going to receive a small percentage of my profit to reward him. So that's like a mechanism to be able to reward trader, because one of the questions you sent me was what kind of problem we want to solve within the industry. I'll get back to the token after, because I think that is very, very important. Is that there's a lot of people right now, even investment firms, or you can think about very successful traders who are being copied, and kind of their investment or efforts are being stole without them having any merits for it. That's one of the problems with what we want to solve with that. So they can copy in a sane way and also get rewarded for doing so.
That's good.
You know, and at the same time have people learn the art of trading by doing that. If I'm going back to the token, sorry for going back and forth. I just wanted to make a parenthesis here because that's a very, very important feature of the platform. Is that people are going to be rewarded for what they are doing on the network, but not for everything. Because if they were rewarded for everything, you could write something like, yeah, me too, or I agree, and get rewarded cash for that, which wouldn't be fair for the person that did post a very interesting thing that 100 people follow, and that person gets the same amount than you know? So it's gonna be filtered a bit like, you can compare that a bit like the Google scoring, I would say, the way it scores the content on the website. There's something like maybe a bit more than 200 different criteria that needs to be respected, and we don't know all of them. So you can that will make you rank at the higher or lower position in Google. Okay, yeah. That's the concept of Google search. The concept that we're going to have a scoring algorithm too. That's going to do a little bit of the same work, but on a smaller scale, and is gonna learn through pattern which thing needs to be rewarded or not, depending on, okay, is that something that looks spammy, or is that something that is like having, yeah, I have a cat here.
She agrees.
It's a Bengal and they are very, very annoying, but I like her anyway. Okay, let's move on. That cat made me, what was I saying? Sorry.
So, about the algorithm that's going to decide whether it's spam or... About the algorithm that's going to decide whether it's spam or it's something that's going to be actual fact.
Yes, the algorithm.
I call it an algorithm.
Based on the scoring that the algorithm will provide, which will be based on textual analysis, basically, the person will be rewarded an amount of token on the platform. I'm gonna give you just a very simple example that I wrote here on another document about proof of intelligence. That's what we are calling in. That's gonna be released this week. For example, John posts, I really love cryptocurrency. Please share with me what your favorite ones are. Alice replies, oh, I really love it too. KPI is my favorite because of X, Y, and Z, and she elaborates. Jack replies, oh yeah, me too. And Gigi replies, check this out, post a link, you will like it. Like normal spammy thing. You know, I did make a very, very simple thing there to explain. So John will receive, for example, 5 micro KPI because it did initiate a positive post that includes an invitation to participate, which will lead to more action for the user on the network. So that did bring something positive to the network. It helped other users participate, stuff like that. Alice will get 2 micro KPI because she's replying to something in a very pertinent way. What I mean is that she's not just saying, oh yeah, I love it too. She explained also why she loved it, and she brings something more to the content. She proved that she has knowledge of the topic, and also that she probably owns some of the currency that she's talking about, which makes her more believable. Jack says, yeah, me too, is kind of somewhat relevant because he's saying something about it, but he doesn't really show any proof of his intelligence, really. I mean, it's a short 3-word sentence. That is typically used by people who are not too involved in the discussion. They just wanted to post something because they wanted to interact with it, but not more than that. So that person will not have any reward because it's not really anything outstanding that deserves it. And Gigi, well, she's looking like a spammer, so probably depending on the content of the link that she posted, which will be analyzed, she will be either a warning, be banned, or just not have anything if it's not considered as spam content at the end of the day. So that's just a very simple thing to explain how the algorithm will work. I don't know if it's clearer.
Oh, that's very clear. That's pretty amazing. That is, I completely like the whole idea of what you guys have going on, and it's amazing. It is. Is there anything else that you would like to add before we wrap things up here?
Well, if you want to have more information, you can always go to our website at kryptopy.com, which will be updated shortly with most of the information I did provide in this blog and more. There's going to be more screenshots too this week, and well, we invite you all to participate in our free ICO, and wish you a very good day.
Thank you guys. Well, thank you guys for joining. If you guys like what you guys see, make sure you guys visit Kryptopy.com, and make sure you guys like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys once again for watching, and thank you, Nick, for coming apart and being a part of my channel. You guys
My pleasure.
Have a good day.
Bye.